gotta get to the wop. Roll running, gotta get to the wop. Ooh, ooh.
If this my last line of acting, he got walk, I'ma sip it. 33 shots, hit him up, Scottie Pippen.
Melly did this because, Melly is on trial. The state has to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt that he committed these crimes. But why do you think this happened?
I think the story about the 200,000 with Anthony was a true story because it's not reported, but Chris told me the same story, and also it was a $500,000 play, and Melly was going to get 200,000, Sack was going to get 200,000, Chris was going to get 100,000, and as I'm hearing it from Chris, they was going to sell the YNW brand, not a record deal or nothing like that. It was like for the brand itself, and by them being founding members, they was going to get a piece of the pie.
Let me explain this real quick. Juvie would have gotten 100,000.
So I don't think Melly did it on his own. I think that manager guy got in his ear and did a little divide and conquer. Because if it was up to Sack, it would never be a 100K management.
They were going to sell the YNW name for licensing or to sell products. What do you mean they were going to sell the name?
For marketing, licensing, stuff like that. I think they want to go up on the big umbrella just to push them, I think. Push the brand more global. That's what I'm thinking.
And so you think that Melly wanted a bigger cut of that then?
I think Melly didn't want to give them guys nothing. He wanted to be the only one to shine. And then they came to town next day and gave the mothers 15,000, the other mother 10,000. So I thought to myself, if Sack was going to get 200,000, Chris was getting 100,000. If we could pay these people 25,000, keep 275,000, that's how I saw it. It just nothing added up. And Melly still to this day for me to hear him call them boys his best friend is an insult.
Was there any sign of bad blood before your son's life was taken and before Anthony was killed? Or was there any tension there that you knew of?
Not with Juvie, not with Chris, but you heard things about him and Anthony getting into like altercations about disputes about money over certain situations, and they got in a fight prior to that, and they said the story that they say Sack beat him up and knocked his goals out in front of his girlfriend, and 2 days later, I think that's when the incident happened.
That right.
Top of the bag, Road Runners. It's your boy Road Runner WAP, and I'm at y'all with another video, man. And it's breaking news. We on the YNW-Melly case, man. I've been watching it closely lately. You know what I'm saying? So kind of been figuring out what's going on. Knowing the ins and outs. As y'all can see, the video beforehand, that right there was YNW Juvie's daddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like some stuff don't add up, but some, you can take from what he said, kind of put it together, but to Melly's defense, I can't say that he didn't want them to have nothing. It's like, what truth do you see in that? If you go back years ago, when Melly really started rapping, you know what I'm saying, he's been having them niggas around. You know what I'm saying? He's been having Sack Chaser, Juvie around, Borland around. You know what I'm saying? Them was his folks, right? So to say that they were supposed to sell the YNW brand, you know what I'm saying, for 500,000, it just doesn't make sense. Melly for sure had more than 500,000. I ain't saying he was a millionaire, but bro had songs with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? He was already topping the charts. Bro had money. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And it's, to my knowledge, recently, the money is barely starting to go away. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think he been in there, almost 4 years, fighting this case. I seen a 100K track, his mom, they had a little bit of disputing, getting into it, talking back and forth about money issues. And, you know, he spoke up like, man, money's running low. Like, I gave you money out my own pocket, you know what I'm saying, to make sure, like, Melly is straight, you know. So the fact that Juvie's dad was saying that he didn't want to see them win, like, how I didn't want to see you niggas win, you feel me? Like, we got this name together. I win, y'all win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all winning by just being around me. You know what I'm saying? Things being paid for, all them type of things. You know what I'm saying? You know, when he said that, I kind of looked at it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that man lost a son, so he you know, he looking for justice. You feel me? And if he does, if you do think that, dang, this was my boy's best friends, like, you know what I'm saying, and he possibly did that to his kid, of course he looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like, you know, innocent to proven guilty. You know, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, this case is, the way the case is going, to me, it looked like Melly gonna come home. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, you know, bouncing around certain questions. And, you know, even Melly, one of his attorneys got at his homie that got out free. You know what I'm saying? That YNW Portland. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, so Portland had gun residue on his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It's like, damn, like, you know, if I was YNW-Melly, yeah, I'm trying to beat the case, but don't throw my other boy up under the bus, you know, trying to get me off. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he got some stuff to say about that, because Borland never opened his mouth, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? They let him out. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'll be getting at my attorney like, bro, you gotta fight for me, but in a different way. I don't throw my only homie I got left under the bus. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when it comes to, you know, the sack chaser and Melly getting into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's like, it's comedy that they talking about it now, how it resurfaced. Like, at first, like, niggas remember that and it went away. You know what I'm saying? But sack chaser, you know what I'm saying, he was one to like, he was the enforcer. He was for sure, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, he probably was on Melly top a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, I'm the talent. You should never get more than me or the same as me. I'm the talent. I'm putting this YNW shit on. So why should you get the same amount of money as me? You know, because if it was altercations about money, which it looked like it was back in the day, like, you know, if you go back, you see old Instagram posts and tweets, you know what I'm saying, with sack chaser disrespecting Melly mom, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff, you know. So they did have a little bit of, you know, words and altercations. You know, they talked about how they got in a squabble and Melly, you know, lost and got his goals knocked out. I don't think he got his goals knocked out, because by that time Melly had like some diamond teeth, you know what I'm saying? So he probably squabbled him up and beat him up for real. If you in the streets, that's all grounds to get knocked down. No cap, especially if you big like Sack Chaser was. Sack Chaser looked like he should have been in the league. You know what I'm saying? You know, you squabble me down, you knock me out in front of my bitch. You know, I can't squabble you, I can't beat you. You know, that's all rooms to get knocked down. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is on that behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? You in the streets, you know what's going on. You know, and then you hear other stories about him, you know, trying to extort Melly and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? If you using Melly as your little homie and to get on, it's like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you disrespecting the bag. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to treat him nigga like no Mark or no Peon, you know what I'm saying? But he did. Sack Chasers was the one to get it cracking when Young Boy and Melly first ever got into it, you know what I'm saying? You can go back to YouTube and see that, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Bro was the enforcer, like, you know what I'm saying? Bro was a tripper, you know, from what it shows in his past and shit like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, the way it's looking, it look like Melly coming home, you know what I'm saying, to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, people talking about it's weird that he's praying and blowing kisses. Like, at the end of the day, you don't know what that man religion is or what he doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, him smiling and all that, he's just trying to keep calm. You know what I'm saying? They talking about giving this man a death penalty, an 8-4 choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 8-4, no matter what. If it's 8-4, he gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to have everybody say he didn't do it for him to survive. You know what I'm saying? Usually, if it's like an 8-4, it's 11-1, like it's a mistrial. Like, no, they saying with even that, he'll still get the death penalty. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be in there with a calm spirit, you know what I'm saying? You know, humble, you know, smiling, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, and it's like he looked weird, so it looked like he taunting, you know what I'm saying? But he just he probably balling inside, like, damn, like these jurors got my life in their hands, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what that man thinking, you know what I'm saying? So, I just feel it's a little more to that story, you know what I'm saying? We all don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, me personally, I don't ever want to see nobody in jail, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, if he did knock down his folks, like, that's cold. But, you know, I'm pretty sure he had some reasoning if he did, allegedly. I ain't saying he did or he didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, they folks will want him out, you know what I'm saying? You know, so justice can be handled in the streets anyway, you know, but for his dad and, you know, the parents that's grieving these two young men, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure they want justice, the death penalty, all that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel, you know, about what's going on in the Melly trial. You know, it's very tricky to me. You know what I'm saying? I need to see a little bit more for me to really give my final assessment on that. No cap. But that's Raw Running News, man. I'll be back at y'all with another one.